Sacramento Homeless Union. The Sacramento Homeless Union is made up of unhoused individuals, formerly homeless, and supporters that participate in outreach and relationship building with unhoused individuals living in encampments and in shelter programs. The union leads and participates in mutual aid efforts to provide or share water, meals, supplies, information, and other necessities and support. They have been successful in bringing the voice of the unhoused population to a forefront in Sacramento, as the mayor mentioned, and are a conduit for the promotion of porta potties, water deliveries, hygiene stations, medical and mental health services, and the need for housing and motel shelters. The Sacramento Homeless Union gives voice to our unhomed brothers and sisters and fights to ensure that their voices are heard and considered and listened to in all public policy programs that will impact them. I am so pleased to give this award on behalf of SHA and to have Crystal Sanchez, who has been a tremendous leader in this effort, to accept the award.
Yay! And Crystal. And Scarlet.
Hi, everybody. So if you know me and you've received an email from me, you know it's generally a novel and it's pretty spicy. So I had to write my speech, so we can calm down a little. So the Sacramento Homeless Union is truly grateful for this acknowledgement and award. I'm going to start here with a quote. In this increasingly interconnected world, we must understand that what happens to poor people is never divorced from the actions of the powerful. Certainly people who define themselves as poor may control their own destinies to some extent. But control of lives is related to control of land, systems of production, and the formal political and legal structures in which lives are enmeshed. That's by Paul Farmer. An estimated 20,000 people on any given night live on our streets in Sacramento. I know that brilliant information through data done by great work of colleagues in this room. And I lost my place. I also know that because I work daily with the struggles of over 395 encampments with more than 50 people in them, and thousands of others who are unhoused, and we work together and organize together. There should never be a time in history where we have to turn people away from housing resources because no affordable ones exist. People should not be dying on our streets. Housing ends homelessness. Housing is healthcare. Housing is public safety. Housing is public health. Housing ends the death on our streets. Housing is not something that we should ever lack, no matter what a person's economic status is. Throughout history, we have learned about segregation and redlining, separating those who have and those who have not. Also those who don't fit in the box of what we have identified through systemic racism and the status quo. I say this as a reminder of what has brought us to housing and homelessness crisis we see today. Policies that don't bring practical housing that is accessible to all is a fatal solution for those who are on the streets. Sacramento Housing Alliance and allies sitting in this room, we see you. We fight tirelessly to change the status quo, to uplift the most impacted through fighting for affordable housing, and mostly to uplift the voices of the impacted so we can all fight together for housing now and no more death on the streets. This fight is often hard and exhausting, but we must remember to find and raise our voice to make a difference. We must stand together and continue to change this narrative. For every permanent affordable housing situation put in place by those here tonight, you are creating a place for someone to call home. For that, we thank you. And housing is a human right.
Yay! Yay! Oh, sorry, gotta get a picture.